world, but I'm currently in Hanoi, which is the capital of Vietnam. Hanoi, Vietnam. Last time, well, a couple days ago, not last time, because last time I went live, I was still in Hanoi. But last time, like last week, days are merged now, especially with me being 11 hours ahead of you guys on the East Coast, 14 hours ahead of my people out in the West Coast in Arizona and Washington, etc. So today we're going to talk about, though, if you've been sued by a debt collector and how to handle them. All right, how many of y'all want to know how to handle a debt collector if you have been sued by one? So I know a lot of times people come to me in regards to such. Right now I'm actually helping my dad because he's been sued by a debt collector. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys literally the letter. Well, there was two. I did a counter affidavit. So you guys want a counter affidavit and then a motion to dismiss. All right, so we're gonna cover both of those today on the live. Let's make sure to get the likes up on this video. You guys are seeing the post as well too that yes, I'm done with credit repair, but that doesn't mean that we're done with these teachings. We're still here empowering, enriching, and educating you guys with these teachings, but I've just been putting my focus on multifamily and the fund that we're launching. And so in terms of me taking on and working on credit repair, not doing such, if you guys got cases, if you guys got lawsuits, yes, I can still help you guys with the process. It's going to involve you being a part of the mentorship. So that's that. Aside from that, let's hop right into the letter. We're going to hop right into the counter affidavit. So within here, I'll go ahead and read through. The first thing you want to do is deny all allegations, right? You want to deny all allegations. I categorically deny all allegations made by the plaintiff, the name of the company. I assert that no business relationship, contractual agreement, or legal obligation exists between myself and the company. I've never received goods, services, or financing from the company in any capacity. The summons, next is an improper service of process. So how do they improperly serve you? If they did, something that you guys can request is a certificate copy of service from the county clerk. This improper method of service is confirmed. Okay, blah blah blah. That's in accordance to his. But you guys want to request and pull, the certificate of service. If y'all are just tuning in, we're out here in Vietnam. Drop what part of the world you guys are in. Drop what city you guys are in. Drop what state you guys are in. Let it be known where you guys are at, so that I'm aware, so I know where my community is. So as we do start going on tour, we're able to actually meet up in person. And as I'm doing real estate and doing these deals, I can see who's in the area as well too. So number 3 is demand for documentation. So number 1, once again, to deny all allegations. Number 2 is to pull and request the certificate of copy of service, right? The third one is to demand for documentation. What type of documentation are we demanding? We're going to demand a certified purchase agreement, right? Have them provide the certified purchase agreement showing lawful transfer of the alleged account from the original creditor to their company. Number 2 is a full chain of assignment, including dates, account numbers, and signatures. Number 3, I've been trying to get these damn motherfucking mosquitoes. These mosquitoes out here are like, damn, I don't even know. The next thing is a full chain of assignment. Include the dates, account numbers, and the signature. Born Ready Spec is from Lowell, Massachusetts. Blessings. In terms of the East Coast, I don't really do too much business in terms of real estate out there, but we do got a lot of people in like the tri-state area, that I'm gonna be pulling up on specifically for doing events. And y'all gonna see I'm gonna go on tour again. I'll probably only do like Philly in the tri-state area. That's where we got most of our people in like the Philly area. I'm out in Philly quite often as well too. If y'all been following me, y'all know I'm out there, often, especially during football season. Next is the original signed agreement or contract under which the company alleges this debt arised. Number 4 is a notice of non-relationship. I've never had a personal or business relationship with the company. I do not recognize this entity as a valid creditor, original or otherwise. And then we're counterclaiming them for damages. Now I'm asserting a counterclaim in the amount of how much are you guys looking to countersue them for? You know, how have they infringed on your rights? What damages have been done? Violations of privacy, injury to credit reputation, or to reputation and credit worthiness, violations of the FDCPA, you know, which violations have they violated, emotional distress and harassment, and then reservation of rights, and we're reserving all of our rights, and we're getting that notarized as well too. So that's that counter affidavit. Once again, just to summarize it, we're denying all allegations, letting them be known of the improper service of process, demanding certain documents, notice of non-relationship, and the counter suit, and we're countersuing them as well too. So that was the counter affidavit. This here is a motion to dismiss. So it comes now that the defendant, pro se and respectfully, moves this court to dismiss the plaintiff's complaint for insufficient service, file a counterclaim, motion to dismiss for insufficient service of process. The defendant was not properly served. You know, once again, defendant possesses video evidence. If you guys got video evidence, I recommend you guys have a ring at you guys' place of abode. Have some type of camera. You know, as such, if you guys are going through anything with these debt collectors or, you know, any of these creditors and anything that you allegedly owe, make sure you guys have, you know, house surveillance, counterclaim. Once again, also pull in their 10K filing forms. All these companies are public companies, and as they're public companies, they have something called a 10K filing form with the SEC. And with the SEC, you know they must, and they're obligated to file this 10K filing form. So pull the entity's name, pull their EIN number, pull their address. Right, the defendant has never entered into any agreement, contracts, or has any obligations with the company. Number 2 is claims under the FDCPA. Right, what are the violations on the FDCPA? Also use case law to back up everything that you guys are, you know, using as well too. One that I use in this specifically is Clark versus Capital Credit and Collection Services. And debt collectors must cease collection and provide validation if a dispute is filed within 30 days. Thompson versus Diversified Adjustment Services. Right, improper validation processes violate 1692G and entitle consumers to damages. Right, many deceptive practices. What is a case law study with that? Salermo versus Waters. I'm giving y'all the blueprint right now. I'm giving you guys the game. So let's make sure to drop the likes on this video, because I see people tuned in. I see people tuning in, tuning out. But as you're tuning in, let's make sure to drop a like, whether you guys are here live or whether you guys are watching the replay, because there's other people as well that need to get in tune with this information as well. So it's 3 a.m. over here. It's 4 p.m. over there. So with that being said, like, you know, the hours that we're doing this, yo, this pure love, this pure, you know, me wanting to see y'all win, you know. So claims under the FCRA as well, common law invasion of privacy / emotional distress, you know, and I add case law study. I'm adding for every single thing, and then a prayer for relief. So if y'all want to hear it, let's, you know, I'll go ahead and go over claims under the FCRA. So this is if you're being sued by a debt collector. 1681 S2, the company furnished unverified disputed debt to the reporting agencies without proper investigation. A case law is Land versus Allied Collection Services. Furnisher must perform reasonable investigation or face liable under the FCRA. Common law invasion, the company's process serves improperly approached and involved a disabled member, constituting unlawful intrusion and causing emotional distress. So if there's any, the case law study that could back that would be Sacumano versus State. A person may not be substituted for personal services unless qualified under the rules. Improper service can invalidate the entire proceedings. Then prayer for relief, right? The defendant respectfully prays his court dismiss the plaintiff's complaint in its entirety for insufficient improper service, entire judgment on the counterclaim of the defendant in the amount of, what amount are you guys looking to counter sue these companies for. And outside of that, that's everything that I want to really cover here with you guys. I want to make this video quick, short, straight to the point. Got 2 letters for you guys, the count of affidavit and the motion to dismiss. So make sure y'all are taking action. Make sure y'all are using case law study. And, file those 2 things with them. Make sure you got 3 copies of each. 1 for yourself, 1 to serve the company, and 1 for filing with the clerk. And, with that being said as well, too, you're going to need 2 copies to bring to the clerk to get stamped, right? So the one that you're serving to the company, you want to get that stamped by the clerk as well. So that's everything that, I got for you guys today. Outside of that, family, it's time to take action. It's time to apply pressure to these debt collectors and countersue their ass. Go get your bread. One love.